Hello and welcome to my February game pickups video. Last month I did one of these and you guys seemed to like it, so I figured why not do another one and show off some of my pickups from this month too. Now, I did think that this month was going to be quite a lot slower than last month for the amount of games that I got, but I actually got just as many, if not a couple more, which I really wasn't expecting. So let's kick off the video and take a look at the first game that I picked up this month, which was Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg for the GameCube, which I got from CEX for £6. Now, I would say that this is quite a good pickup, and for £6 you really can't go too wrong. The reason that I wanted to get this is because I don't actually see it that often in shops anymore, and because this is the only GameCube game that I ever sold as a kid. So I kind of just wanted to get it to reclaim it and complete the GameCube collection that I once had. But other than that, I do remember it being a relatively good game. It's a little bit rough around the edges, but you kind of expect that coming from like a early 2000s 3D platformer, I guess. And the general gimmick is that you only have access to certain abilities when you are rolling an egg around. So you have to sort of like protect the egg as well as yourself to make it through the levels. So yeah, kinda looking forward to playing this one again, just for the amount of nostalgia that it'll give me. The second game that I picked up this month, I actually got at the same time as Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg. So yet again, this was £6 from CEX, and it is Crazy Taxi for the GameCube. So yeah, this is a game that I've played very infrequently with friends back when I was in school, and weirdly I actually remember this having a two-player like split screen mode, but after having played this for the first time in years for myself, I figured out that it doesn't actually have that multiplayer mode, which is weird. The Simpsons Road Rage is obviously a clone of Crazy Taxi, and that does have a multiplayer mode, so that's actually one aspect in which that game is better than this one. What I will say though, is that after having played this for the first time in a very long time, it's actually really complicated. Like, there's some like expert moves that you can do in it, like drifting and stuff, that I think I never even knew that you could do when I played it as a kid. But yeah, after trying out the challenge mode that's in the game, I've figured out that there's some really advanced stuff that you can do. And I'm sure that there are some players out there that have mastered every one of these advanced techniques and are really good at it. But yeah, I'm not very good at this game, and I'm definitely going to be trying to get better at it because it's really fun picking up all the new skills. It's just a bit of a shame that it doesn't have that multiplayer mode, because I feel like that would give it more replayability. Now, the next game that I got isn't actually my game, because I got this for my girlfriend for Valentine's Day, but I figured that I would talk about it here in this video because it technically is a part of my game collection. But yeah, I got this for $37.99 from Game, and it is Dragon Quest Builders 2 for the Nintendo Switch. Now, I personally am not all that into this, but my girlfriend got the demo, which is over 10 hours long, or at least it was for her. I'm assuming that you can do a lot of side stuff, which sort of extends the length of the demo. But yeah, she really enjoyed that, so I figured I would get her the full game. And yeah, she's been really enjoying it. She hasn't played too much of it yet because she's been playing other stuff like Crash Team Racing, and she's been playing the Link's Awakening remake and some other things like that. But she's definitely going to get into this at some point, and yeah, I look forward to seeing what she has to say about it. For those of you that don't know, this is a sort of, I guess, Minecraft style game. Apart from it has more of an emphasis on combat and has a few more RPG elements in it. With it being a spin-off of the Dragon Quest series, that's to be expected, I guess. But yeah, I would probably say that this was more my sort of thing than Minecraft, just because it has a little bit more structure, because it has an actual story and stuff like that. But yeah, if you're into crafting games and you're into like games where you make structures like buildings or whatever, this is probably going to be for you. The next game is another CEX purchase, but this time it was only £5, and it's Super Monkey Ball Deluxe for the original Xbox. Now, some of you are probably aware that I've been getting a lot of Super Monkey Ball games recently, and some other people might be aware that I've actually already reviewed Super Monkey Ball Deluxe, so why would I be wanting to buy it again? Well, a commenter on one of my videos, in fact I think a couple of commenters have pointed this out to me, that the PS2 version of Super Monkey Ball Deluxe is rubbish, and that's the one that I reviewed, and that's the one that I've played. So I wanted to do the game justice by playing the Xbox version, because apparently the Xbox version is a lot better. It doesn't have as long loading times, it has a better frame rate, it apparently looks better. So yeah, I definitely wanted to check this out. I won't be doing a full review of it just because I have already reviewed the game, so it would kind of not make sense to do that. But in one of my upcoming Super Monkey Ball reviews, probably the next one, I want to mention this because I kind of threw Super Monkey Ball Deluxe under the bus and said it wasn't a very good version of the game, when in fact it might only be the PS2 version that's not a very good version, and this version might actually be good. In fact, in theory it could be the best version of Super Monkey Ball ever made. But that's to be seen, I've not actually played it yet. But yeah, if you're interested in knowing my thoughts, subscribe and you'll see the Super Monkey Ball video that goes up next, and you'll know my thoughts on this version. The next game is one that I've actually already mentioned in this video, and it was $37.99 from Game. But this one I actually didn't buy. This was my girlfriend that brought this for me, and she bought it from Game. And it is The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening on the Nintendo Switch. As I said earlier, this is a remake of a Game Boy title, and this is the game that I've probably been playing for the most amount of time this month. I've actually completed it, and I'm close to 100% in it too. I wasn't expecting it to be really all that good. I'm not that big of a fan of the top-down Zelda games. I'm more of a fan of the 3D ones. But yeah, this is really good. Probably one of the better top-down Zelda games that I've played. I love the art style, I love the story, and some of the puzzles actually kind of took me a while to complete. It does have a couple of issues with certain puzzles, not really giving you enough information to properly figure them out on your own. And I'm not ashamed to say that I did end up looking at a guide for a couple of them, but just because I got so stumped for such a long amount of time that I was just getting a bit irritated with it, and when you start getting like that at a game like this, it's just not worth it. You might as well just look up a guide at that point. But yeah, most of the time it was just stupid stuff. Like, I remember there was this one time where I was walking around the map for ages not knowing how to progress, and it turned out that there was these secret stairs hidden underneath a bush, but there was no real implication that there was any secret around that area. So yeah, that was a little bit irritating, but anyway, I got past that and I now know that it's there, so if I replayed it, which I might actually do on the hard difficulty, I know that it's there. But yeah, it's a great game and it's a really solid remake too. It makes quite a lot of quality of life improvements to the original game, with the original being so old. I think it was the 4th Zelda game ever made actually. Obviously it is a little bit more rough around the edges, so this fixes a lot of that. So yeah, if you're a fan of Zelda, you've probably already got it, but if you're a fan of Zelda and you haven't got it, you should give it a go. The next game was £18 from CEX, and my girlfriend actually got this for me as well, so thanks to her, I am now the owner of Super Monkey Ball Adventure for the GameCube. Now, this is pretty notorious in the Super Monkey Ball series as being probably the worst one ever made. But I do plan on reviewing it because I'm going to try and get through as many Super Monkey Ball games as I can on the channel. So yeah, hopefully this one will be entertaining at the very least. Hopefully it's entertainingly bad and not just straight up boring, because they're the worst types of bad games, the ones that are boring and bad. So yeah, I'm hoping that either it's not as bad as people make out and there are fun elements, or I'm hoping that it's so shockingly bad that it's funny. But yeah, either way, I don't have high hopes for this one. I think basically the reason that people don't like this is because they took the standard Super Monkey Ball formula and tried to turn it into a sort of more adventure game, action-adventure game, I guess. So there's an open world sort of aspect to it, and there's objectives you need to do, which completely goes against the original premise of Super Monkey Ball being short stages that are obstacle courses. So yeah, I just think it probably just didn't work as that format properly. But yeah, I don't know. I've never really played this, so I'm looking forward to giving it a shot. The final game that I got this month is yet another one that my girlfriend actually got for herself, and it is Dr. Kawashima's Brain Training for the Nintendo Switch. So this one is one where it is predominantly my girlfriend that wanted this. It was $29.99 and we got it from Game. It came with a stylus for the Switch, which is pretty cool. I've played this game on the DS, and this is basically the same game but with a couple more extras thrown in. If you've played the DS one, you know exactly what to expect from this. It's kind of like no different, really. But if you did enjoy that, and you have a Switch and you're like kind of interested in playing it again, you might as well get the Switch version. Like I said, there are a couple of new features, like it uses the IR camera on the Joy-Con for a couple of minigames and stuff like that, so it's not completely the same game. But it does kind of feel more just like an upgraded port rather than a sequel. And it doesn't really have that much content either, which is a little bit annoying given the price tag. But you do unlock more games as you play, so maybe when I've played it more and unlocked more stuff, the content will reveal itself. But yeah, not played it very much, so I can't be too harsh on it. It's a great little game, it's fun to play. One thing that I do like about this, that obviously wasn't in the original DS one, is that you can actually compare your like scores and your brain age with other players online or on your friends list. And I think that's a really nice idea to see who can get the highest on the leaderboard. And as well, they do an online tournament as well, where you can see your rank in the world. So that's a nice touch as well. They've kind of modified it a little bit and made it more modern. So yeah, it's got good elements. And that wraps it up. That's all 7 games that I got this month. It's pretty crazy that I've gotten another 7 games for my collection. I seriously don't normally buy this many games. I know it might seem like I do because I got quite a lot last month as well. But that's very unusual. I don't really know how that's happened. I guess just because I'm getting games to review, like especially with the Super Monkey Ball series, I've kind of ended up buying a lot more than usual. But yeah, a lot of them I just saw for cheap, like Crazy Taxi and Billy Hatcher, and you don't really see them all too often in shops, so I figured I might as well pick them up while they're there. For next month I have actually pre-ordered Animal Crossing New Horizons, so I'll have that to talk about in next month's video at the very least. I'm not sure if I'll pick up anything else. I've been spending quite a lot of money on games recently, so I should probably tone that down a bit and just play what I've got. But yeah, who knows. If I see something that I like the look of that I've not got, I might pick it up if it's cheap. So yeah, if you liked this video and you like this format and want it to continue, give the video a like and comment down below letting me know what you picked up this month too. It'd be interesting to compare the amount of games that we got and the quality of games that we got too. Other than that, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this and more reviews, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!